What is company culture and why is it so important? By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what workplace culture is and how you can leverage it to drive real results in your workplace. Research out of Glassdoor shows that 56% of job seekers find culture more important than salary, which means we cannot win the talent attraction game with paying more money these days. We have to focus on workplace culture. The problem is if you ask 100 CEOs what culture is, you're going to get 100 different answers. Most people think it's the perks at work or it's the water cooler talk. They think our culture is great because we have a ping pong table in the lobby, or we have Hawaiian shirt Fridays, which is what makes our culture strong. None of that is culture. And we're going to talk about what culture is, how to craft it, and why it is so important in this video. If you don't understand what culture is, then you're going to have an accidental culture because culture exists, whether you're thinking about it, whether you're working towards it. What you want to have is an intentional culture, one in which you are understanding what culture is, what levers to pull, and how culture impacts the employee and the organization. So many organizations that have toxic cultures aren't because the leaders are bad. It's not because people want there to be a bad culture. It's because they don't know what culture is and they don't know how to leverage culture and craft culture intentionally. So by the end of this video, you will not be one of those people. The Harvard Business Review says that one of the top predictors of whether someone will leave their job is if they feel that the culture does not align with one that they want to work in. Salary didn't even make the list, and so many leaders think that compensation is the solution to all of their problems. If only I could get approval to give my employees more pay, then everyone would be happy, and we would be hitting our targets, and they would be more engaged and more productive. But it turns out when you actually ask employees what they want, most often it's not actually pay. It's they want to be heard, they want to be fulfilled, they want to have autonomy and psychological safety. They want to operate in a culture that aligns with their personal beliefs. And beliefs is a key to culture, which we're going to go through next. One of my favorite culture experts is Dr. Sumantra Ghoshal. He was a professor of business in the School of London, and he was also one of the founding deans of the School of Hyderabad in India. And many years ago, he was talking at the World Economic Forum, and he was talking about culture. And he said that culture is the smell of the place. He would tell a story about going for a walk in the Fontainebleau forest, a place where he used to live. And in the forest, he was invigorated by the energy around him. He would hop, he would hum, he would skip. He was just excited about life and enthusiastic. And then he told a story about going back to Calcutta, his hometown. And he would go in the summers when his kids were on summer vacation from school. And when he would visit Calcutta, which is a city, a noisy, hot city, he felt tired. He would take naps a lot during the day. And his energy levels were very different from those days when he was taking a walk in the Fontainebleau forest. That is the smell of the place, the essence of your environment. Sumantra Ghoshal shared that there are some leaders who are creating a downtown Calcutta environment for their workers in the workplace, and then they're wondering why their employees aren't acting like they're on a walk in the Fontainebleau forest. So are you creating a Fontainebleau forest environment at work, or are you creating a downtown Calcutta environment? Because he is the same person in both places. He shows up with more enthusiasm in one place and less enthusiasm in another place. And culture is about creating an environment in which people can thrive. And that is the environment that's going to get you results. And an important note here: culture is way more than employee engagement. Those employee engagement surveys that you have every year that ask you how you like working, those are not culture. Culture is about the way we work together, the way we relate to the purpose of the organization, and the way that we foster an environment in which we can drive results. It's not about necessarily how engaged we are or how productive we are. Culture goes one step beyond engagement, and we're going to show you how. The purpose that I connect with is to unleash the power of culture to inspire businesses and people to reach their full potential. If that purpose speaks to you too, then subscribe to this channel to learn more about workplace culture, what it is, and how to foster an excellent place to work for you and your colleagues. So what is culture? Culture is the experiences that we share, which lead to the beliefs that we have. And those beliefs will determine the actions that we take, and those actions get results. They might be good results, they might be bad results, but no matter what, your actions get you results. And so creating a culture that works to drive results, and one in which you are crystal clear on which results you're trying to achieve. And then you can reverse engineer that step-by-step process. It's a process we call the results pyramid. So first we identify what results we want to achieve, and then we ask the question, what actions would we need to see from our employees in order to achieve those results? Then we dig deeper. Well, in order to motivate those actions, what core beliefs, cultural beliefs, would everyone need to hold deeply and truly in their being in order to want to take that action? And then finally, we ask the question, well, if those are the beliefs, what experiences can we create that will reinforce people holding those beliefs? In a nutshell, that's culture. Now, you don't have to just take my word for it. I have been leading research into workplace culture to understand, does this really work? What impact do these steps in the results pyramid actually have on the bottom line? And does each level of the results pyramid predict the next level or not? Many organizations have implemented the results pyramid and found that it works, but we wanted to test it just to be sure through data, through research, to understand, does each level of the results pyramid predict the next level? And the answer is yes. When your experiences align with your beliefs, that align with the actions that are taken and align with the results that you're trying to achieve, you can actually improve culture strength by 62%. So what kind of experiences lead to the development of cultural beliefs? All sorts. You can have experiences such as the experience of your first day at work. What does your manager say? How do your colleagues interact with you? Did you get your laptop on time? Those are experiences. But you also can have intentional experiences, such as the way that storytelling happens in the workplace. What stories are told in team meetings? What story does your manager tell you? What stories do your peers tell you? Recognition is another experience. The way that we recognize employees will lead them to have a cultural belief about what's valued in the organization. And then finally, feedback is an experience. Whether or not we feel comfortable giving feedback, how we give feedback to each other, all of these are types of experiences that you can intentionally create with your colleagues, co-create as a community, that will lead to reinforcing the cultural beliefs that your organization needs in order to drive results. So I've got a free gift for you. It's a book about the results pyramid that includes not only the research I just touched upon, but also some how-tos on how to actually activate culture to drive business results. To find the book, just click the link below.